Hello and welcome to a new energy report. Time is flying. It just feels like yesterday that I did the last energy report, but it's already 13 days ago because every minor cycle in the Dreamsville calendar is like 13 days. So now here we are, a new cycle starting in the Blue Hand, coinciding with the full moon in Sagittarius, which is a very adventurous energy, and full moons also being moments of completion. So there's this energy of completion, and usually this comes with releasing and letting go. Like we can realize what we have learned in the last cycle and the challenges we've been going through and what they taught us, and now we can release that. We can let go of these energies. And I don't know about you, but I felt pretty activated. I couldn't even sleep almost the night because my body was tired, but I was so awake and so energized and excited, and it keeps continuing. So June is a very, very powerful and potent month, also with the solstice coming up, which are always like really, really powerful energetic portals with a lot of influx of energy from the galactic central sun. So boosting, boosting, boosting. And related to the overall theme of June, if you remember in the last video, at the beginning of the month, I talked about the three themes being related to the three lower chakras, so the root, solar plexus, and the sacral chakra. So basically abundance, fear, self-worth, self-love, creativity, joy. Like those are the things that we are challenged to transform and transmute and rewrite our stories and get out of the victim into the conscious creator, right? And the new cycle in the hand supports us with three pillars. So the hand is the agent of healing, knowing, and accomplishment. So a beautiful, beautiful energy. Let's start with the healing. So obviously the whole life journey is a healing journey, right? And healing in terms of becoming whole. And so whatever we see outside of ourselves, the idea would be that it is a mirror reflection of something that we carry within ourselves, and basically everything that we encounter wants us to be loved and to accept it and integrate it, because it's a part of us that is fractured in a sense. And so basically every moment of life is an invitation for healing, in a sense that we can accept it and integrate it and acknowledge it, and then become whole and not resist a part of ourselves because we have certain judgments around it. That being said, the accomplishment part of the hand energy is inviting us to look back at what we have already accomplished, like in all this journey, especially since the trigger happened, with COVID and everything. The last 2.5 years have been like super challenging and shifting. And there's so much we've been going through, so many challenges, yet here we are, alive, breathing, smiling, embracing the unknown, getting used to this new way of being where things are uncertain, where nothing can be planned anymore, where plans are changing all the time, and where all we have is the present moment, the here and now. And we've been going through a lot, and we have changed a lot, and we can acknowledge that, and we can tap ourselves on the shoulder, and we did a great job. And everybody who's here on Earth right now is a very brave soul, accomplishing what many other beings deem to be impossible, right? So we are very, very strong, powerful souls being here right now, playing this game. And also we can accomplish a lot. So if we can do both, like we can look back and then we can realize what we have accomplished, so we can see what's possible, and this can give us confidence and trust that we can accomplish more and could be even more aligned with our path and being of service and being ourselves more fully and accomplishing that. The only accomplishment we need to really accomplish is being here, present, and being ourselves. And then however that unfolds, we don't know. We figure out by trusting and following our heart and our intuition and just seeing what our higher self has in store for us, basically. So that's the accomplishment part, and then the knowing part is also really important, because in order to know what to accomplish, you have to connect with your knowing, and that is not like so much like an intellectual knowing. It's more like an intuitive knowing. It's an innate wisdom that is coming from your higher self, from your soul, that can see beyond just the linear thing that the mind has access to, that is guiding us ever so slightly. And it is also the knowing that everything is fine wherever we are, whatever's going to happen, trusting that we are in the right place, in the right time, always. And there's a reason for that. And the invitation is to shift from the victim into the conscious creator. So to see whatever is presenting itself to us as a seeming obstacle or as a trigger is actually an invitation to realize that we can choose. We have the choice if we want to respond or react, right? And reacting would be like almost automatic. It's like from a trigger from the past trauma or whatever, like reacting to it and, just being on autopilot almost, and not realizing the trauma that lies behind it, and just perpetuating the cycle of suffering. Or we can respond, which means we take a deep breath and we see this manifestation or this trigger or whatever the circumstance as a manifestation of a belief that we carry. And we could ask ourselves, okay, so what would I have to believe to be true about myself and the world in order for me to manifest that? And then all of a sudden, the power is in our hands again, and we can rewrite our story. You can realize, okay, I would have to believe life is about suffering. I would have to believe I'm not worth it. People are treating me like shit. I don't deserve to be happy. Money is evil, whatever. All those beliefs that we carry, because they're ingrained in society, and we've been spoon-fed this shit since probably in the womb of our mother and their mothers. And it's like, there's a lot of limiting beliefs floating around in our DNA and in the field. But that's now the moment that we can shift it. It's a moment of empowering. It's a moment of realizing that thought creates reality, and beliefs are basically the information that feeds our reality, and the frequencies that are broadcasting what version of the reality we are perceiving. So the invitation is to rewrite the story, to identify the beliefs, and then respond in a way that okay, thank you, circumstance, trigger, for showing me that I'm out of alignment with that belief, and now I can see it, and I can rewrite it. And then you can write yourself a new story, and you can basically connect with the opposite frequency of the negative belief and shift it into a positive one. And then the next time it happens, you're going to realize, okay, so you can see the triggers not so much as obstacles or like as life wanting to punish you, and you can get out of the victimhood, and you can get into the conscious owning of it and saying, okay, wow, I had this belief, but now I changed it, and now I created it into a positive belief, and then you're going to have a positive outcome no matter what. And you can keep doing this with whatever is manifesting in front of you. So you can embrace the obstacles and the triggers, and you can see them as guides, because we cannot be aware of the negative beliefs that we carry unless they present themselves outside of ourselves as a reflection, as a mirror of what is going on inside. So it's a powerful time, and basically you can see anything, any moment in your life as a moment or invitation of healing and integration. And it will just continue. Like, energies are getting more intense, the solstice is coming up, a lot of light is flooding in, and we can just be grateful for this support that we have energetically, even though it's not always pleasant, but it's definitely helping us to free ourselves from this very limited, very dense, very small version of ourselves, to expand into this infinite, shining potential, that can create anything. And, our dreams and our passion and our excitement can lead the way in order to create a completely new world where, we don't need to suffer, and we can live in abundance, and we can be in harmony and thrive all together.